Hi, welcome to Channel Messages with Sandra. Today we're doing air signs. Let's see, I went crazy thinking, not literally, although sometimes, which deck I wanted to use. And I found myself pulling all these decks. I think it's a good pair or trio to start with, because it seems everyone is just up in their heads, including me. So air signs. So if you're doing it in order of assignment, it's Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. But if you do it in order of chronologically, because Gemini would come first, because the first of the new year is anywhere between March 21st and then April 1st. So that's actually the new year. Then we would start with Gemini, and then Libra, and then Aquarius. I didn't have peanut butter. Oh, I did have chocolate though. So I might have a little cough here and there. All right, so again, crazy thinking which deck I was going to use. I think I'm settling. I still don't know the name of this deck. I've used it a couple of times here, and well, obviously other places. Definitely in group. But if somebody knows the name of it, maybe you can. It's pink. I don't know. It just feels like heart-centered. All I keep hearing for, be heart-centered. Yeah, there's my accent. Centered. Coffee. I don't do, well, maybe. Coffee. Coffee. Does that sound like C-A-W? Coffee. Oh, that's your first card that came out. Knight of Cups. Lovely. So, Knight of Cups tells us, which is nice for a lot of swords, because it's heart-centered. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, it's always a fine balance between power and calm. It's a fine balance for anyone, but we're just talking about air signs today, which, if you're going to look for the tarot deck, it's swords. But it's perfect that you would get the Knight of Cups, because it tells us that all three of you, again, it's what you align with. So, you know, the guidelines for these are always take what resonates. Sometimes, because I get a lot of feedback a lot over the years, a lot of times it will relate to someone close to you. Either they're a Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, or you are, but it pertains to them, and you're supposed to listen to them. Oh, also, kindly like, subscribe, and share. Okay. Be on the quest. You're starting your quest, and it doesn't have to be so emotional. A lot of times we start quests. We start a business, we start a relationship, and it's like, oh, it's over the top, or we're going to dive right into it, and we don't have all our ducks in a row. Yes, the Knight just got a lot of advice and a lot of training and a lot of things and messages from the pages, right? But it's still a journey. So start your journey, heart-centered. Make sure it's the best for you. Relationships are crazy. A lot of people talk about twin flames, soulmates. Many of us are soulmates. We have soulmates with the dogs, with the animals. But in a love relationship, we really need to take our time. It takes one full year and one more, and not a year, a season. So it's 5 seasons to truly get to know somebody. And even then, not all the time, but we can if we're paying attention. Yes? I know I couldn't get the camera because somebody's going to tell me I couldn't get the camera down again. I don't know why. I really don't know why. Because then it cuts me off right there. What's the point of changing the tops? Because everyone says, oh, you're going to have different tops. I don't want to mess with it while I'm doing the video. But everything in a reading means something. So let that move into, relay the message of you're not ready. You're not ready. The business, free will, and you must use your own intuition. But that's the reading, that's the channel. Something's quite not right. Because I knew it before I started. Why am I talking about it now? So that means somebody is cut out. There's too much of this and not enough of that. When I'm looking at it, I'm dead center. But when it comes up in the video, it's like lower. So, it's off-centered. Something's off-centered. It's not quite as you would imagine, as you hoped. It's not quite right yet. Let it, well, sometimes digest, let it marinate, let it work its course. It's on the move. Something's on the move, something's ready to go, to be cooked. Something's ready. It's almost ready. And air signs, you want to think with your heart and think with your head. And yes, we do think with our... Okay, your next card is Ten of Wands. That tells you you're not quite ready. Either you're carrying too much and put some of that down, or you're carrying just the right amount, but in an incorrect way. Or not in an expeditious way, or not in an easy way. Like, what would we tell him? Go get a cart, or make 2 or 3 trips, right? Make 2 or 3 trips. If it's for work, it really feels like love and work. First of all, love does take work. It takes being considerate. It takes getting to know the other person. It takes knowing your boundaries so you don't get walked on. Don't let the burdens overwhelm you. There you go. Five of Wands. Oh, you know what I think I should get? I'm going to look for one of those card things that holds them all in place. They have to have that. You know, sort of like, I almost said roach clips, but, you know, sort of like those, like even tweezers, you know, something like little clips. I don't get it. This is thinking too much. So swords are not in the air, the intellect, the intelligence. You're thinking, you're planning. Great. Journey's not done yet. You're still going. Something's off kilter, which makes sense. It's too much. It's too little. It's just not moving correctly. We stop, right? We stop the horse. Everyone gets water. Everyone goes for a break. Everyone goes for a rest. This is infighting. You're second guessing yourself. There is a big difference between analyzing a situation of what you're doing and second guessing yourself repeatedly. That's the boundaries. That's what have you learned in the past? Put it to good use now. Whenever you say, oh, that was so stupid. How could I have been so stupid? And, you know, the whole host of things. Cancel, cancel, cancel if you'd like. Just something wipe the slate clean. What some people do is literally imagine a, oh, I have one here. So what you can do is even write down your issues and then wipe it clean. In your mind, you just wipe it clean. Say, no, close your eyes. Visualization works. Or they wouldn't have been touting it and promoting it for hundreds of years, or maybe thousands, who knows. Our history's been stolen from us, so and some of it's hidden from us, and some of it is so regressed in us, if you will, that we can't even think for ourselves. This is start thinking for yourself. I'm going to put this down for a second because I keep hearing get the map. So this is the Enchanted Map by Colette, what's her name? Colette Baron Reed. I keep hearing to get this deck. I love this deck. I told you I might use several. Let's see. So you're definitely on a journey. Great. Business and love. Great. Take your time. All that good advice, you know. Aww. So this is the sacred pool. And you should be hopefully able to see with the glare a little bit. So it's the sacred pool. So what do we know about sacred pools? It's baptism. And you have 2 fire cards. So sometimes it's baptism by fire, right? We can burn or write our ideas down on a piece of paper and burn it safely. We can burn that up and out with good thoughts. And there's tons of different things to add to them. If you're into that type of ceremony and ritual, you're welcome to connect and contact me. I do all that stuff too. Sacred pool. Sacred pool is your soul, your spirit, your heart. Sacred pool is your desires, your wants. Sacred pool is your intention. Clear in the shower, even, like everything's washing away, all the debris, the physical and mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all the bodies. Everything gets cleaned. Sacred pool is also the pool of memory, the waters of memory. Recollect what you need to when you go and study, because this is business and love. Even if you're going to listen to love relationships on YouTube, or use your own thing, because I've heard some that are like, that's crazy, don't do that. But everyone's different. Everyone has different relationships, but we're all the same, right? We want to be seen, we want to be heard, we want to be recognized, we want to be loved, want to be needed most of the time, wanted, all that stuff. Almost everyone is the same. I had to correct that because some people are a little different. Baptize yourself, whether you have holy water or just bless the water. I'm trying not to use the word bless, but I will say blessed. Use blessed water. Bless is be less. Our language also has been changed. So we have to watch morning, week, day, week, end. So just pay attention to perhaps thinking about changing how you word things and looking it up. Be blessed. The second card with this was encouragement. I love it. 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 That's encouragement in both love and I'm not going to say financial, but business pursuits, work pursuits. So this is encouragement to apply for that job, study for that test, to because I know like certain jobs you need to take tests in order to be promoted. So study. You need to study if you're going to want to be a good manager. Some people don't, but it's rare. Most people, you need life experience. In love, this is give something a chance. If you're alone or lonely, go meet people. I went through years of pretty much being alone, and then a couple of times actually that happened. And then it came time where I had to go and make friends because I didn't have anyone. It was not easy because people were married, they were having children, they were this and that, you know, or they were all together, and it was just, they had their own lives. It was, and they already had their set of friends, so it was not easy, but it's doable. You need to go where the people are. You need to find like-minded. Like, I have particular restrictions that of people that come around me, people that I associate with. I'll talk with almost anyone. Definitely with work, there's no restrictions there. I've read for people that behind bars, homeless, super wealthy, you know, everything in between, just people. So that's not it. But if I'm going to have, and this is part of your reading, so this is the emotion part. No more fighting. Don't carry what you don't need to carry somebody else's burdens. So a lot of times, so we're not alone, people will hang out with somebody, or some people, more than one, because they don't want to be alone. I get that. Trust me, I get that. And I'm not saying to stop that, because I have people in my life that, you know, it's a circle. You're in a circle, then the next circle, then the next circle. And the further out they are, the less they know about you, the less you see them. But you can still see them occasionally. You can still send them, if you celebrate birthdays. I don't celebrate birthdays, but if you, well, I'll celebrate yours if you're having a party or something and I'm invited. But, you know, well, not you. I don't know you. Well, no, actually, I do know some of you. So, figure that out. And you see how it's like, I'm in my head, even with the reading. I'm vacillating back and forth. It's like a pendulum. Oh yeah, do this and then don't do that. No, no, no. That's why, because somebody suggested, I was like, okay, I'm going to do the different zodiacs. Which one should I do? And not in particular, I wanted to do air, water, fire, etc. And which one? And so somebody said the water. And I was like, wasn't feeling it. So you have to go with your own intuition with these. It's a general reading. I'm not seeing anything truly specific in the near future. Life is like this. You're not leaving here and saying, oh, she said everything's, you know, rainbows and puppy dog tails and all that stuff. Life. This is an encouragement reading. Learn more, keep going, get out of your head, stop fighting with yourself. There's one thing to say, I'm going to do this, I'm not going to do that. Right, pros and cons list. That's one thing. Be kind to yourself. Have that self-compassion. You're a good person. Mostly. We all do something crazy. Okay, I think that's your reading. Let me ask. Oh, no, that's so weird. That's why I took so many out. I'm being told to pick one from, what's this? The Mystical Shaman Pocket Oracle. Oh, that's that, what's that guy's, you know, that Alberto Vololi, oh, Colette Baron Reed and Marcelo Lobos. Oh, 3 people created this. I liked it because I liked the cover, and then when I opened it up, they're little cute cards. I like the small ones too. That is hysterical. You actually got the card in the deck. The Mystical Shaman. When we think of elder, when we think of shaman, when we think of the wise ones, whatever name you want to put to it, wise woman, wise man, wise, Father Sky, Mother Earth, whatever you want to put to it. When we think of those people, it's mostly experience. It's experiences, perception, and how you deal with life. So how do you deal with life? Doesn't mean you're going to be a shaman. Doesn't mean, but we're all, most of us, or many of us, some of us, are shamans in practice. Because of what I can do, and what's surrounding me. In other cultures, I would be known as the wise elder, or the shaman, or whatever. But they're just titles. Again, get out of your head, but get into it for the experience, for the knowledge, because you cannot be a shaman. There's one thing, but it's extremely rare, it's an anomaly. People are born into the body and they know exactly that they want to be a doctor from birth. So perhaps they were a doctor in another life, they want to be a plumber. Perhaps they work with their hands in another life, or were an actual plumber. And the same thing with a healer, with a shaman. Not all my lives, but many of my lives, I've been the herbalist, and so that's why it's not surprising I would do it in this lifetime. Sit with yourself. Sit with yourself. Be the wise shaman in your life. Be the wise elder in your life. Get out of your head. You could go into your head, if you will, for the meditation, for the pros and cons list, to analyze, to think about, to just make sure everything's status quo and copacetic and straight line for what you want and where you're going. I think that should I think that's your reading. So what they keep showing me in my mind's eye, light bulbs. I don't know why. So just make sure you check your lamps, your light bulbs, unplug things if you don't need them. I keep saying lamps, light bulbs, lights. So just check. Even the ones in your car, if you got the one on the dashboard going off, I forget what that's called. When I was young, they used to call it the idiot light, but now it's called something else. Or maybe dashboard light, I don't know. But, those check engine lights. Just check. Just check, because I keep seeing all different types of lights and flashing. Breathe. Self-compassion, self-love, kindness to self first. Yeah, we could do it for others, and then we catch that drift. We catch that ripple. Grow that part of your heart, and you will see much more clearly. Okay. You are loved, and you are lovable. Absolutely. Positively. I know this for a fact. I do. All right. Go play.